Today on Trend, Ingrid shows off a loft that you'll love. We're going to show you a little eye candy at Victoria's Specialty Hardware. I'm not often speechless, but this home by NZ Builders is, I got nothing. Welcome to this beautiful outdoor oasis. What you don't know though is that we are right downtown and yet we have this beautiful sanctuary. Ingrid, please tell us a little bit about where we are.
Oh, welcome to Waddington Alley, and you're right, this small little enclave of old town heritage buildings, it's really revived this whole part of downtown Victoria. Back in the late 1800s, a lot of the replacement of newer buildings at that time were replaced with the heritage brick, which is synonymous for the heritage restoration that we've seen over the past few decades. And Waddington Alley, I think this is one of the showpieces for the restoration that has happened.
I had no idea that this private little patio was back here.
And this has such a unique history as well. The local developer, Chris Lefebvre, is so passionate about restoring Victoria to its original historic charm. And this oasis here, he had a little bit of a story to share with me too. The city wanted him to take down all of the trees and didn't have the vision that he did, but he's persistent and just had a real passion to provide a lasting impression, and this is really what he's been able to achieve here.
This loft apartment is totally my style. I can see myself living here.
I certainly can see you here too, Amy. It totally suits the vibrancy of downtown, and it does have the live-work zoning as well. So if you wanted to operate your business from here, that's not a problem. There's no rental restrictions. So if someone wanted to go into the short-term rental opportunity, there's something for everyone here, really.
And what about a little dog?
And pets are welcome too. It's a nice boutique size building. There's just 9 units for this, originally built in 1884. It was the Morley Soda Factory that was originally producing the sodas, the natural bitters, the handmade lemonade. There's a really cool old original advertising just down outside of the alley, and it really just has such a rich history.
I love that history, and I love that they've left some of the facades so you really get that character, and they didn't just demolish the building and start from scratch.
And definitely a passion project. You know, Chris Lefebvre, that's one of the first things that he mentioned, that not only is this one of his favorite restorations, but it was also the most expensive. And this is a great example of one of the more larger lofts in Victoria. It's over 800 square feet, and just the overheight ceilings and maximizing the original heritage windows. Even though the space is maybe not as grand as what some may expect for condominium living, having this open air space, it just really gives you that sense of openness.
And the space is really functional because you do have the split bedroom. Even though it's a loft, it is separated. You don't have to be up in the bedroom space. And there is lots of room down here for living.
And it's very flexible, having this great open plan. You can really maximize, as we've set up a dining area as well as a full functioning living room. And I love the fact that you actually have a set of stairs in your condo. I just think that's such a nod to the heritage feel.
Yes.
A lot of the newer construction, I mean, it's great. You know, you're getting all that brand new, shiny stuff, but mostly you're also seeing much, much smaller square footages. So that's where I do think that this is a unique offering.
I also love that you get the high-end finishes here as well. Where else are you going to have exposed beams, exposed brick, glass railing?
And even being able to see the exposed huge old growth timber beams here that were part of the seismic upgrade, the wood kitchen. It really offers, I think, a nice alternative to some of that more typical brand new shiny stuff.
Mm-hmm. And it really is about the lifestyle as well, because, you know, maybe it's a little bit smaller, but you have everything around you in the neighborhood. You're only here for, you know, sleeping and living, and then you're out in the neighborhood at the restaurants and shopping. And
absolutely, like your front door is access to some of the best spots in all of Victoria. Like you said, with restaurants, you've got Il Terrazzo, literally your next door neighbor, Fiamma.
Never cook again. I love how quiet it is here in the building.
You're right in the heart of the city. It is really amazing how quiet and private, and I think a lot of that is the natural insulating factor as well with the brick. It really does dual purpose.
Because there's a lot of action outside. We're right on Lojo.
This is one of my favorite places to shop, just the array of local artisans and cafes. You've got Market Square. You are front and center of everything that is happening. And I think Old Town Victoria really is a special enclave of just these few blocks that will always be such a historic and important part of Victoria.
I love the design of this space. It's so funky and cool, and it really ties into the facade.
And you know, it was such an exciting project to work with my stager, Stacey Kaminsky with Styles by Stacey. She just has a real flair. I have my own inventory, and I've been able to pick up a few really unique, eccentric pieces. And I love the opportunity to be able to pull these unique pieces for these unique spaces. Like one of my favorite pieces is the couch that I got from the old Bengal Lounge at the Empress Hotel.
Oh, wow.
And how fitting, being just, you know, part of this whole history of Victoria. And you can say that you're sitting in a couch right from the Empress.
This just has such a great energy and vibrancy about this space. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Oh, and thanks so much for coming today.
Welcome to Paradise. We're here in North Saanich today, and we're going to be viewing an amazing renovation. Dan, you guys had your hands in everything for this.
Yeah, exactly. We've put a lot of cool features in this house for the clients, and we really wanted to put something in that they could enjoy when they're spending time from home. We've added multi-room audio, security system, a home theater, drop-down TVs, fireplaces. We've literally automated everything you possibly could.
You really help make their lives so much easier and enjoyable.
Yes.
What is the security system like?
So with the security system, we are able to arm and disarm it remotely, and we're also able to do lighting programming based off motion sensing, having alerts, whether you've left a door open or you haven't locked the house when you go to bed at night.
So you can really take care of everything. You don't have to worry.
Exactly, yeah. We have a PTZ camera installed over here, and the thing I like about this camera is that it will last the longevity of the house.
And the quality's amazing too, right?
Exactly. It's a lot higher quality than what you typically get if you just picked one up at a store and installed yourself. With a camera like this, you're not gonna have to worry about a firmware upgrade breaking it in a couple of years or having to replace anything. It's really part of the house and structural with the house.
That would be enough entertainment for me and myself, because you can actually zoom in and see an insect, can't you?
Exactly, and I've done that before to just impress clients, that make sure they know they got the right piece of equipment.
So let's talk a little bit about the audio in the house, because it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, they've got multi-room audio in pretty much every room in the house, so they're able to listen to any song they want, anywhere. They can crank it up, put music and party in every room, or they can just have it quiet when they're sitting outside enjoying the fireplace out here.
Well, and that's what I love about the design features in this home. It was really designed to open up and entertain everywhere, incorporate this wonderful view, so whether you're inside or outside, it feels like you're out here. And you guys have done that with both the video and the audio. I mean, you have TVs outside.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got TVs everywhere.
What are some of your favorite features in the home?
Well, we've actually put TVs almost in every room. We have a frame TV in the office, which looks great. They put the family photos up there. We've got a drop-down TV in the kitchen, so the TV's disappeared when you want to enjoy the beautiful view.
But you can see it in the living room or the kitchen.
Exactly. It does a 360 rotation after it's dropped out of the ceiling. And for those movie nights, we have a giant big screen TV downstairs.
I love the TV downstairs. Why is it as good or better than going to the movie theater?
Well, you can basically tune it to exactly how you want it. It doesn't have to be too loud or too quiet. You can pause it if you have to get up and grab a snack. And we actually, when we do acoustic treatment and tune in the speakers, it can actually sound quite a bit better.
And it's with your family.
Exactly. You can make a theater however you want, and it's very functional for them because they've got their bar, they've got a second TV in there if they're playing pool and they're looking at a different direction, and of course we've got a fireplace in there as well.
Let's not forget about my favorite feature, that wine cellar.
Well, everything in this house is a masterpiece.
Okay, this is not the time to panic. It's not a new trend. This patchwork design on the back here is actually what I recommend to my clients when they're looking at painting their walls. It is the best way to test out any paint color. You really just don't get the full effect when you're looking at paint chips. Every color is different in every space, depending on your lighting, what sort of undertones are in the room, what it's coordinating with. We're looking at 4 different Benjamin Moore colors here. One is called Cheating Heart, Blackjack, Black Tar, and Hail Navy. The reason I've chose these 4 is because we want a really dark, rich accent wall behind the bed. We're gonna add some artwork to the space, and I really wanna create something that's gonna add some elegance. One small change gives you a completely different look. We ended up going with Benjamin Moore Blackjack, and look how great it turned out. I wanted a flat paint so that it doesn't reflect the light from the windows and the other lighting, especially at night, because otherwise with something so dark, it absorbs a lot of the light, but you also get a reflection when you see the sheen. We added a touch of gold with the artwork, something very whimsical, West Coast artwork, and just by changing up the bedding and adding a lot of texture, you really get those pops of black and gray. A little creativity goes a long way. There's no need to get bored with your space. Are you at home so much right now that all the little things are bugging you? Well, now's the time to take things like your doorknobs from blah to ah. And Aaron, you can help us with that.
We can. Here at Victoria Specialty Hardware, we are helping everybody do the customization of their homes from the inside to the outside, from door hardware to cabinetry hardware to plumbing and fixtures in their kitchen and in their bathrooms.
And when you say customization, like you can really go into the customization. Let's talk a little bit, well, doorknobs. We're standing right here.
For sure. So with some of the product lines that we've got, we can customize the houses. If they want to be modern, let's say they have a house that's built in the 1910s, 1900s, let's say, and they want to have a modern aspect to match around the neighborhood, and then have the natural, the aging of the house on the inside. We can do that. So with a product line, we can take and turn and have a modern outside, handle system, and inside customize it so it meets to the age of the era of the house, whether it be, the 30s or the 50s or the 80s or something like that. We can do that.
Well, I have my hand on this handle. I think one important thing that I want to mention, and you'll probably agree with me, is the feel of handles. Like, I can feel the quality. It has a really good bulk and weight to this handle. This is the first impression on your front door. When your guests come, they go to open it and they'll be like, ooh, this is a great quality home.
Right, and that's what we're trying to aim for. Everybody has that sense of home when everybody walks through your door. When somebody comes to your home, we want them, the first touch, to make them feel like they're at their own home,
And you really have a whole wide range of product. You have the really high end and things that are a little bit more basic that you can do everything for your project.
You're right, and we've got the high end from like the Baldwin, the mid-range of the M-Tech, or the really high end of the bronzing fixtures, and we've got lines that will help if you're oceanfront, that there's less corrosion or.
That's pretty typical for the exterior in Victoria, but inside, what are you guys seeing as new trends for, say, like cabinetry hardware or hinges, that sort of thing?
So this year, the biggest trend is like a flat matte black, a little bit of glossy. Last year was kind of like more of the bronzing, the brassing. This year it is a lot of the matte black, but there is, people are putting a little design of that brassy feature in there to kind of give it a little bit of a pop.
Absolutely, that's what I love to do. I'm putting black in a lot of the bathrooms, that sort of thing, and then maybe just a little touch of the gold in the kitchen to really add that sparkle and that specialty feel. In the kitchen, I love to put the matte black and the gold, but I'm loving the brushed gold elsewhere in the home too.
Right, so with the brushed gold, we can do the cabinetry hardware into even the fixtures and accessories into your bathroom, same with the matte black.
I love to go into the ensuite bath and make it a little bit more special than everything else. Really add that elevated high-end feel to it. So if someone's not going to commit to putting the gold everywhere, I like to put it in there sometimes and then have the black elsewhere.
you're correct. Even our tubs have a black finish on the outside, or some of the sinks will have a black finish. And some of the lines you can get custom finishes to even match as that little element of bling.
It's really adding that specialty touch.
You're right.
Go global with Newport Realty and Christie's International. It's been called the city of 100 spires and the heart of Europe. Prague in the Czech Republic echoes the grandeur of a bygone era with a historic city center designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Buying a property in the Czech Republic is a fairly straightforward process. Under EU law, anyone can buy regardless of citizenship or residency. Here is a truly exceptional 3-bedroom apartment located on the 6th and 7th floors. It features a gourmet kitchen, a wood-burning fireplace, and beautiful dark oak floors. Upstairs, there's a gallery, a master suite, and it all comes with amazing views. Till recently, every purchaser in the Czech Republic paid a 4% property acquisition tax. This past June, the Parliament abolished the tax, so you're saving 4% right off the top. I'm Audra Poole, going global with Newport Realty and Christie's International.
We're here today at one of the most stunning locations on Beach Drive with NZ Builders. I've been staring at this home for a very long time, and we get to go inside today and check it out. We're here with Florence and Damon.
How are you?
Very good.
That's good. Yeah, we're very lucky to have this home on Beach Drive for everyone to look at. It's definitely a piece of art.
Stunning.
Yeah, yeah.
And tell us what's different about it.
The concrete's obviously the first difference. And
So the entire home is made of concrete?
Yeah, except for a few interior walls, and there's steel components to it as well. But yeah, just fortunate to be able to pull it off and have gracious clients and a very good designer who pushes our limits.
You have so many cool design elements here, like just standing out front, this relief in the concrete.
Yeah, the concrete graphic art gets a lot of attention. It's from Finland. The client took a picture for us of a Gary oak tree, and we took it and we basically lay it in our baking trays we call them baking trays, and pour concrete over top, wash it off, and it gives us that effect. And yeah, there's few more inside as well we can go and have a look at.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the design is almost getting as much attention as Florence does.
Yeah, she gets dragged around with us. She's been good to us, you know.
She's a good mascot.
Us Kiwis get a little bit cold every now and then.
Let's head inside and take a look. Wow, I don't quite know where to start. There are so many amazing design details in here.
Yeah, it's pretty full on. We spent a lot of time detailing everything before we built it. We had pretty much had a full-time draftsman making sure we got all the components, because when you're dealing with concrete, you've got one chance to do it, and if you mess it up, we're doing it again. So yeah, she was really fun.
Let's talk about this metalwork for a second.
Yeah.
This is intense. The beams, the staircase, it's so gorgeous.
Yeah, so everything's patinaed steel, which was a mission. And Jake James, he's a blacksmith in town, and probably to dying art, he handmade everything steel feature you see, he's handmade except for the steel beams. But awesome features, and all those steel beams, the concrete's poured into them, so that we lifted the concrete and the steel together. So yeah, really pushed our boundaries as far as building, but we loved every minute of it.
And speaking of things being in the concrete, all the outlets and the electrical is embedded as well.
Yeah, it's that's just a little bit of pre-planning. Basically do electrical layout before we start building, and then we can mount all the conduit and the electrical outlets in the concrete as we're pouring. But there's some cool features where the botchies are in the concrete, so it's kind of neat.
Because everything in here is very automated and has all those special features to it.
Yeah. She's definitely a house that's going to be going down in our legacy of nice homes that we've built, for sure.
Tell us a little bit about this fireplace.
Yeah, she's probably one of the first features that went in actually, and got the designer crying, which was nice.
I just love how all of these features are really original art.
Yeah, this was one of the first features that went in. Again, Jake James, he had his own way with it. We had an idea and he made it happen, and it's just stunning. Coolest part for me is we can actually service the fireplace. He's made them on hinges and magnet backs, so it's real good.
So functional.
The whole house is just a piece of art, like.
Everything.
Yeah, like this whole fireplace panel was just hanging on a wall before we built the floors.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
And I
so much
love
energy.
the concrete. I know a lot of people, it might not be their style, but I think everybody can appreciate how amazing this house is.
Yeah, we do get pretty anal about our concrete. We're perfectionists in our craftsmanship, so we've spent some good money on forms that get that concrete finish, and it's hard to come by if you are just buying conventional product. So yeah, and different design mixes in concrete and things like that.
Let's talk about the lighting for a second. I mean, the light fixtures are stunning.
Yeah, it's crazy how much of the products are actually from New Zealand. So the Celeste is actually Yellow Goat. They're actually out of Australia, I think. And then all the hardware on the doors are from New Zealand. All the lighting, Hunza lighting, is all out of New Zealand. And yeah, so it's everything NZ Builders is about. You've got generational home, built to last. You've got healthy, low maintenance, energy efficient. You got the quality of craftsmanship. It really shows off what NZ Builders is and trying to do for the community and the building world.